so far, in fact gives the details out of. Now, in the latest, investigative agencies are also scrutinizing the CCTV footage to find out where the stampede started and how big the administration's negligence was also. Different teams of the railways, separately police and RPF are conducting their own investigations. T.S. Ramakrishnan sir, who has been there with me patiently on the broadcast. Sir, as you were in fact speaking out about that, how exactly it is for the part of the negligence that could be understood in the larger perspective, focused on the railway officials. Why exactly is this kind of a situation resulted in the first place? If we already know that the capacity is going to be of the passengers at a higher level, then why exactly the number of security personnel to be deployed at the railway station, or the number of extra trains, or the arrangements to be made for the change in the announcement of the trains, which had to be made prior, was not done? And if that's not in fact done, who is accountable for such a situation? This is definitely as callous as any negligent and criminal offence, resulting into taking the lives of 18 innocent people.
So there are at least 3 points on which actually I want to discuss this lapse on the part of the railways. The first thing is regarding the crowd management. Certainly, with the development of ICT technology, information communication technologies, they can easily, monitor how many passengers are there inside the station at any point of time. I don't know whether there is any facility for that. Right now, there is a facility, but they would have created a facility like that for every, not only this station, for every major station. What I call it as A-class stations, where they can easily calculate how many passengers are there, and then how many, so they can easily measure what is the level of congestion and whether it is worthy enough to permit more people inside the station. So that is the first thing, that they could have done. The second thing is, when it comes to announcement of the train in the last minute, so basically what they found is that there was a huge crowd, and then they have made an announcement based on the additional trains. It is something like a clone trains. So they would have, unfortunately, railway takes some time, 2 hours time to generate the rake. When I call it as rake, they have to assemble the coaches, spare coaches from their yards, and then they have to make it. So certainly it will take some time, 2 hours or 3 hours for them to make them, and that is the reason why they were unable to make an announcement earlier. But they should have given a standard operating procedure to the announcement desk, saying that you should have mentioned very clearly that this is Prayagraj, because there are 2 trains. One is, because every train is going to Prayagraj, so every train is going to be called either Prayagraj Express or Prayagraj Mail or Prayagraj Special, but they should have avoided it by saying something like a train number, and and then along with that they should have announced that this is different from the train that already, because Prayagraj Special is different from Prayagraj Express. So Prayagraj Express also will be going, Prayagraj Special also going, but from different platforms, and they would have mentioned the platform numbers so that the confusion would have been avoided. So basically it requires a lot of application of mind. Either you require a lot of application of mind on when the situation demands that, or you should have developed a standard operating procedure which would have helped them in clearly sorting out which train is going to where, and then how we are going to differentiate between one train, how the passengers are going to differentiate between one train and another train. So this is where actually the railway is, it's a question of, it is a continuous improvement. This is what they should do. At least now for another 10 days, they have to be very careful.
All right. For the next 10 days, the officials and in fact the ministry also needs to be very crucially monitoring and supervising these details, because concerns are arising and there is no doubt undeniably on the fact that there have been lapses, and these lapses could not be ignored given the fact that who is going to take the accountability of the 18 lives that have been lost of these passengers who had no part in playing in fact into the negligence that has been caused after there was a stampede that broke out due to the change in the series of events and as per the administration and the officials at the railway station at the New Delhi. Thank you, T.S. Ramakrishnan, for sharing in fact your insights. And on that note, viewers, that was all the news of the nation and the world. We'll continue to track all the developments very closely. Till then, stay with us.